welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And off we go from Minneapolis. Ray McLeod on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Falcons come out there led by Michael Penix, the second-year quarterback out of Washington. Greg taking over late last year and winning the job as the Atlanta starting quarterback.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second down at the 32-yard line.
They'll go again with Robinson. And nothing doing there. Only back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be an early third down coming up.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Third down, 3 to go. From the gun, here is Penix. That's caught right side. It's London. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
So on fourth down, the Falcons bring on Bradley Pinion to punt. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. So the Vikings come out. Technically, it is year 2 for J.J. McCarthy, but really, it's year 1. Did not play at all in the regular season last year with the knee injury. The former Michigan Wolverine, the quarterback of the Vikings.
Now, this is the type of quarterbacks that just give defensive coordinators nightmares. They stay up all night thinking, okay, what is the best way to defend him? Do we treat him as a runner? Do we treat him as a passer? And I think that's really where the most stress comes in, Mike, is you want to make sure you don't let him kill you with his legs downfield as a runner, but it's also his ability to extend plays as a passer that really creates a lot of stress on your back-end coverage, and that's where those big plays can come. So it's a big challenge. They know it, and we'll find out early on what the plan is.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll motion over Thielen. They run it once more with Jones. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
So this time they're trying to use the run game to attack the boundary side of the field, and the defense is really fast in their pursuit. Really nice effort there from the backside, and they're able to bring him down this time for a loss.
They motion the slot man left. On 3rd and long, here's McCarthy. Time for the deep shot, looking for Thielen. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down.
So I don't hate this call, Mike. You think it's third and short, everyone's at or near the line of scrimmage. There's a lot of green grass downfield in the passing game. Traditionally, though, I'm a little more comfortable with this call when you've made the decision that even if it falls incomplete, you're going for it on fourth down. So I don't love third and short bomb punt. I do love third and short, okay, you fail, I'm going to go for it on fourth down.
The Falcons offense ready to get going with their second possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. On play action, Penix. That's into the hands of Werner, the tight end. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
On 2nd down, Penix. Open man, he's got it. It's London. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to him, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit in the field of play and continue out of bounds. The Vikings offense ready to take over for their second possession. They were 3 and out first time around. They'll begin anew here in this scoreless game. It's 1st and 10. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 6. On play action, here's McCarthy. He takes off. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
Vikings, first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
And he'll get about 5.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 5. Here's McCarthy. There's Jefferson. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Gain on the play.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Xavier Watts there to bring him down.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy. But they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
They'll try to sneak it here, and he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a first down.
That's good for a Vikings first down. First and 10.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on third and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
That's quickly out wide to Thielen, and he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
Out of bounds at the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
From the 23, here's second and 4. From the gun, here's McCarthy. In trouble, and down he goes.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. McCarthy from the gun here on third down. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Give him credit for keeping this play alive as long as he could. This easily could have gone down for a loss, but he's kind of able to find his way forward and at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
On fourth down, it's Will Reichert time for this Viking field goal.
A 46-yard attempt.
Reichert's kick is good. And the Vikings will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. McLeod now to return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. And so far, 2 drives, 2 punts, no first downs. Not a winning formula as they start drive number 3. Plant. It's Penix. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
Anytime a defense decides to blitz, Mike, they're always rolling the dice, and we see why. You bring that extra defender, and if he doesn't get home, that quarterback not only can escape the pocket, but there is a lot of room to operate downfield.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
Brings up second down.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down and 7. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Vikings with the edge. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. The Falcons have it to start quarter number 2. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. As we are ready to get back underway. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Another run here for Robinson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, Atlanta.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
They run over center with Robinson. And to pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Here's Robinson. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
So it's a pretty manageable 3rd down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use 4th down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
4th down, and the Falcons turn to Younghoe Koo for the field goal. Good snap, good hold, good kick. And the Falcons will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. Ty Chandler now to bring it back. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Jones. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you could see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. He'll let this go. Deep for Jefferson. And they will finally get to him as he's brought down near the 40-yard line.
If you're going to run this route against quarters coverage, Mike, you have to do a better job of running the route flat. The quarterback is going to trust that you are going to uncover right when that guy comes out of his break, but he rounds the route just a little too much and ends up being a costly mistake.
The Falcons offense ready to get back at it. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. That's Andrew Van Ginkel in on the tackle.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
He runs with it. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a 1st down.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Now Penix to throw on 2nd down. That'll be caught by the running back Robinson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. 12 yards on that hookup. It's good for a Falcon 1st down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another 1st down.
Atlanta.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Slot man in motion left. On 1st down, right back to Robinson. This time, they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
Now here's Tyler Algier out of BYU. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. All resting on the 9. First down and goal. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. And he overshot his man. Out of the end zone, that one's incomplete.
You know, kind of interesting. You don't see a lot of teams play dime personnel down here in the real low red zone, Mike, but great job by the defensive coordinator anticipating pass, right personnel, right coverage, and really muddied up that back end for the quarterback.
On second down, here's Penix. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. Now they'll be looking at third and goal.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the ball. And right now, the timing, the spacing, it's just not matching up.
That is caught side of the end zone. Bijan Robinson, touchdown Atlanta.
So when you find yourself this tight to the goal line, Mike, the offense becomes a lot more restricted in as far as how deep you can throw the ball. The field is wider than it is long, and I think the idea here is let's spread them out. Let's put all of our eligibles out there and let the quarterback get a really good picture. Where are the holes in the coverage? Where are the one-on-one matchups that I like? And let's put this ball in the quarterback's hand. Let him make a good decision, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Younghoe Koo now for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Falcons take a 10-3 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Price now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one, and they'll start 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. Has an opening past the 40. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
A short one taken by Hawkinson. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 8. Working out of the shotgun, it is, and he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line. Divine Diablo getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To throw is McCarthy. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
Here's Bijan Robinson, and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick 1st down.
This offensive line continues to be very physical at the point of attack. They've been able to give their backs plenty of room to run. And that's why they've already eclipsed the century mark here in the opening half.
And here's Bijan. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. He's tackled down by Byron Murphy.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
We'll go play action now with Penix. Rolling right. Now he'll run it. A tick under 2 minutes until halftime. We'll have more from Minneapolis after this. Couple of 1st downs already on this drive, and they'll go 1st down from the 43. From the gun, it's Penix. He finds Darnell Mooney for the catch. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's another 1st down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Give them 10 more on that one. Just enough for another 1st down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter. You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. To throw again, it's Penix. To the outside, catch made by London. And he will score! Drake London, touchdown Falcons.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here, takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and end result is still a touchdown.
Koo able to add the extra point. And the Falcons move out in front by the score of 17-3. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Chandler now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Vikings offense can see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. McCarthy. He's got his man, Jefferson. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. The clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break.
2nd down at the 33-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 2. To throw, it's McCarthy. He'll get this into the hands of Thielen. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
So as the saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McCarthy. There's a throw right side. Going to be incomplete. He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. It's 2nd down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
And he'll get about 7. Still short of that first down, and they'll try to convert it on 3rd down. And 2, and here's McCarthy. First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a first down. The Vikings go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing again is McCarthy. He's going to tuck it and go. And he'll slide to a halt after picking up about 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. At the
Halftime coming up. We'll get you down to Scott Hansen and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Second half drawing near. So good to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Price now to return it. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Jones. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
With the struggles they had running the ball in the first half, Mike, it makes sense that they're trying here early in the second to get this ball carrier going. But this last run's not going to do him any favors. Another rush, another loss of yards.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. The ball's out. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Thrown left side, the catch is made, and he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Here's Bijan Robinson and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll go again with Robinson. And this will be a Falcons first down. The tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
By Jeff Okuda. An 8-yard pickup. And a Falcon first down.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And Not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense. He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
On second down, Penix. That's caught. Ray McCloud. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A gain of 16 on that pass play. First down, Atlanta.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
They'll run it here with Robinson. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
All week long, they stress, Mike, that we have to get as many defenders to this ball carrier as possible. They know he's going to make some guys miss. He's going to be hard to get on the ground, but you can see the effect of rallying to the ball as it had here. They're able to take him down, and they're able to do it for a loss.
Open man downfield, that's London. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. It is a big play there for the Falcons. 33 yards.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
Good blocking, and he's in. Bijan Robinson, touchdown Atlanta. He had the touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this third quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the third quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
On is Koo for the point after. His kick is good, and the Falcons extend to a 24-3 lead. Scott, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to kickoff of this second half. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Chandler now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. Off the bootleg, it's McCarthy. It's to the right side and corralled by Thielen. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
It is 2nd and 6. On play action, here's McCarthy. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, And it's going to force third down.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
That's good.
When you call these double moves, you're going for broke. And you're looking to throw this ball over the head of the defense. So give a lot of credit to the defensive backs. Yes, it led to a completion, but this was not the big play the offense intended when the coordinator called that play.
That's quickly out wide to Thielen. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 50-yard line.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second and 1. A give to Jones, heading right. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. Third and short, fourth and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Here's a second and 12. From the gun, here's McCarthy. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
He's got his tight end, Hawkinson. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. First down, Minnesota.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on third down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is
nowhere to go. He is taken down. The rookie from Georgia, Jalen Walker, in there for the sack. He forced his way through. A loss of 9.
And after allowing a chunk play on that previous down, nice job there settling in. They make a big play of their own, and they get him down for a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. They'll motion over Thielen. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game.
Still second down.
McCarthy to the air on second down. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
He's going to air this one out for Jones. That one broken up. in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
A 53-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good. Everything's going wrong. Unable to cut into this big deficit.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Here's Bijan Robinson, and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. Now Robinson. Woo! Down the sideline, past the 45. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
He'll edge forward for maybe a yard. The big defensive tackle, Javon Hargrave, brings that one to an end.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd down at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, here is Penix. He's going to run it. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. His running backs had a really nice day, so in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Penix. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
On 3rd down, Penix. He'll try and get there on the ground. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a 1st down.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. And that time, the pressure too much. He'll go down. So it'll be 2nd and goal when we return. We are through 3. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. All the way back at the 14 now. 2nd down and goal. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. And he'll take it on in. Drake London. Touchdown Falcons. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Here's Coop for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Falcons will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Chandler now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. Things not looking good, but see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. They'll motion over Thielen. Play action now. It's McCarthy. And he'll be out of bounds here. That's only a gain of a yard.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 9. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. It'll be a Vikings first down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This offense, they just can't establish any sort of rhythm. There's just no way to sustain any scoring drives when your quarterback is being pressured and sacked this often.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Here's McCarthy. To the right side, he's got Hopkinson, his tight end.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
The best time to call a screen is when the defense is anticipating pass. Allow that defensive front to rush the passer. Just get through the offensive line enough before you drop it to your back. Get out behind those big offensive linemen and pick up the first down.
Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
A little surprising to see them keep the ball on the ground, especially given the situation, Mike. I mean, you're trailing. You haven't had a lot of success running the ball up until this point. They need chunk plays. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
McCarthy from the gun here. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Been a largely forgettable performance from this offense up until this point, Mike. I mean, these sacks, they just continue to stop so many of their drives throughout the entire game. And then you look up at the scoreboard, and it pretty much reflects that here in the fourth quarter.
Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. They'll go. Here's McCarthy. And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on 4th and wind up turning it over on down. Here's Bijan Robinson and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. They'll run with Robinson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Another run here for Robinson. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down.
So I think as they continue to have success on the ground like they did here, I think we're going to see them continue to lean towards that ground game. Force the defense to come up, sell out, take it away, and then there's all sorts of options downfield in the passing game.
They'll try to run for it with Robinson. It's a gain of 12 there. It's good for a Falcon 1st down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They run over center with Robinson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another 1st down.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
On 1st down, right back to Robinson. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense. And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
3rd and a yard. They'll try to sneak it here, and he's going to have the 1st down just past the marker. It is 1st and goal.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
They'll run with Robinson. He'll get maybe a yard down to the 4-yard line.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
Inside the 5, it is second and goal. Robinson. And that play took a little long to develop. They stop him for no gain at the 4.
It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on third and goal.
They'll try to run with Robinson. And he's going nowhere. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it's 4th and goal.
That third down stop, Mike, now changes the entire approach of this offense. You're thinking to yourself, all right, it's third down. Let's run it on up in there. If we don't score, we still have 4th down in our back pocket. But now the defense takes you back for a loss. So what do you do now?
A 24-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Falcons will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Chandler now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to get back at it. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's McCarthy. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
On the run to the right. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports. After this, it'll be a punt coming from the Vikings. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. Now the return. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. The Falcons offense and Michael Penix getting ready for their next possession. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. An unbalanced look to the left here on 1st down. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he will have the 1st down. even with 3 timeouts on the other side, they're going to be able to run this baby all the way down.
And the Falcons.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. The next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
And here's Bijan. And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
On 2nd down, here's Penix. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
So it's a win for the visiting Falcons. They didn't quite get the shutout they were hoping for and likely deserved. This was a tremendous defensive performance. They held the other guys to just a field goal, that's all. And that defensive unit was the driving force in this victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Minneapolis.